Hi everybody, thanks for checking out my review for this 200 watt LED spotlight. I actually purchased this from TOPL, TOPL I think is the name of it. I'm really happy with it, so I decided to do a video for you. I do have another version of this. I have the 400 watt, which is twice as many LEDs, but that ended up actually being too bright for what I needed. I want to use this as a shop light. And especially, like a floodlight helping me when I'm working under cars, stuff like that. And the other one was so bright I couldn't see what I was doing. I had to squint. So I decided to downscale it a little bit with the 200 watt here. I'm sure it'll still be plenty bright. It is a little bit smaller. Also, obviously, it's half as many LEDs, so it's going to be smaller, which I like as well. It's fairly lightweight. I mean, you can see you can easily lift it with one hand. Set it down carefully there. And it's well constructed. It's a metal construction, including the back housing right here. This is all metal construction, so I really like that. You can see it's got really nice heat dissipation fins back here. I found that the LEDs don't really get that hot anyway. I don't know if it has to do with having really good fins or whatever, but compared to halogen, you're going to be blown away with how cool these things run. So that's pretty much it. I mean, there's not really a whole lot to show you on this. I'll show you how to wire it. So it comes with just these open connections right here. What I did is I took an old cord that was grounded from some piece of electronic that I threw away. I don't even know what it was from. And I cut the end so that I can splice these in. So ideally, you're going to solder and heat shrink. That's the best option. But my soldering gun, I left it in a different state when I was doing some work out there, so I don't have it. So the second choice is always a wire nut. That's a better option. Use a wire nut. You just twist the wires together, twist the nut on, tape the whole thing up, and you're good. Great option also if you don't solder. The problem with that is that was in my bag with my soldering iron. So we're going plan C, which is these just little straight connectors, because that's what I had in my garage. So basically what you want to do is you just want to strip the wire so you have enough to connect them. The wiring coloring is different because these are made in China versus the US. So they call this one red. To me it looks more brown, but red goes to black. I've already connected the blue and the white. So the American version is white, excuse me, to the blue on there, and then yellow will be green. So that's how it's connected. So I'm going to just show you the connection here. Twist these up so that it slides in a little nicer. And we're going to put the black in there, and the red is going to go to the other side. There's a little metal piece inside that actually makes the connection, but you want to make sure that it's really, really tight in place. After you get those in place, I actually really hate these type of connectors, but whatever, we'll show you how to do it. You're just going to crimp down. Like I said, this is temporary. As soon as I get my soldering iron, I'm going to take these out and solder them up, heat shrink, make it look nice. All right, so that's pretty tight. And then you just give it a little tug. Sometimes you miss and you have to redo it, but that's in there pretty tight. Now we're going to just take a piece of electrical tape, like so, and just wrap it up. Nobody yell at me. I know it's not pretty. That's why I heat shrink. So make sure you get some on the wire as well. It doesn't do you any good just to wrap up the blue connector that I put in. So you can see it's pinched down really good on the wire on that side like that. Give it a good connection. We're going to do the same connection here, and then I'm going to actually tape all of these up, but I'm not going to make you watch me do that again, so I'll be back with you in a second. All right, so I finished the last connection. You can see it's not the prettiest thing in the world. I forgot to mention, this is really not what you're supposed to do. You don't have to connect another wire and a plug. This is actually meant to be hardwired into an existing outside light socket. So the outside light socket will have the same colors if you're in the US as this cable, and you wire it in exactly the same way, preferably with wire nuts or soldering. I'm guessing most of you use wire nuts. Again, this is the last option for me. So we're all connected in. Everything is nice and tight and secure. So let's go ahead and plug it in and see if this thing works. Yes, it does work. That is amazingly bright, actually. Really, really bright. You can see all four of the LEDs. Wow, I looked right at it. Don't do that. All four of the LEDs are lit up. They're glowing evenly, which I like as well. Obviously, my camera is going to compensate a little bit for the brightness. It's a lot brighter in real life. So what I'll do is tonight when it gets dark, I'll take it outside, plug it in, and let it light up outside because I feel like that's what most of you are going to use this for is, a yard floodlight. And so I will show you how well that works. So I'll be back with you a little later tonight. All right, so we are outside. I'm out here by my car. You can kind of see a little bit of light coming back there from the city. Let's go ahead and turn this thing on and see how it does. Jeez, okay, all right, that's plenty bright. Yeah, I'm sure my neighbors up there love this. We'll get it out of their face here in a second. Let me focus. You can see that is really bright. I have it down on the ground. If you hang it higher, obviously you're going to get a little better light diffusion there. You can see the angle of the spread, which is actually really good. If you were to hang this high, you'd easily be able to light your backyard. I mean, that is plenty bright. And yeah, I wanted to use it for under my car. I don't think that's going to be an issue at all. This is 200 watts, like I said. Very good, very well constructed light. Yeah, it doesn't work. Very well constructed light. The price is right. I think you guys are going to be happy with it, so I'm going to give this thing 5 stars.